Hello, it's Cosmogo right here. So in this video I'm gonna do the recap of the week. So mainly there was the LG Cup final between Shiminjun and Wan Qinghao, and in Japan the fourth Honeybo match between the Honeybo Ichirikyo and the challenger Fukuoka Kotaro. So we're gonna take a look at this, and yeah, let's go start with the LG Cup. So let's go through the tournament bracket here of the LG Cup. So I only stated from the quarterfinals. I think there was like 2 rounds before this, if I'm right. And yeah, as you can see, Shinjin So has been beat by Wan Qinghao here in the semifinals. And then yeah, Shimin-jun having a hot streak here in his home country. And the final is decided between best of 3. So we're gonna take a look at what happened. First, let's look at the profiles of the players. So Shimin-jun is from South Korea, ranked number 14. As you can see, he's having quite a good year, and he's gonna try to win 2 years in a row the LG Cup, which never happened. So he's gonna challenge for this. And let's go through the opponents. So Wan Qinghao from China, ranked number 3. Yeah, on the international stage, it seems like he's doing quite a good job, but maybe on the domestic side, not dominating yet. But he's definitely, in my opinion, probably the next one coming from Shinjin So for the number 1 spot. And yeah, he seems to be very solid overall. So it's a very good matchup, and we're gonna see, yeah, what happened in the final here. So first, let's go through the head-to-head between two players. Seems like Wan Qinghao is winning here. Yeah, up to this point. So Shimin-jun did win lastly here in 2024, and yeah, seems like they didn't play each other for like a year, more than a year. So we'll see what happened. Okay, so game 1. It was a nail biter between the two, like an end game that ends and half a point. And as you can see here, just show where the last mistake was kind of played. The AI wants to start some moves on the top left corner, and then go and kind of reduce the center black potential territory. And yeah, this would be the kind of AI suggestion. So you can see number 5, number 11 from white. It tries to take away the kind of potential in the center. As you can see, also the kind of top side black group isn't fully connected, so it's trying to kind of take this as advantage. Also a cutting point at J9. So as white, you kind of want to use this as a tool to reduce the center, it seems. But in the game, as you can see, black has made a point around the cutting point of like J9, and white did kind of just only turn. Did still play the kind of moves on the top left corner, but it seems like that was enough for the difference here to be made in the game. And yeah, this is really difficult to find, especially if you have time trouble or whatnot. To see that not Kosumi at N12, but you need to start from like B19 and then jump in the center at L10. It's a really hard find, and to think like this was the losing move, it kind of hurts, but yeah, it happens. So this is the nature of the game, especially at the kind of top level. So yeah, so at the end here, Shimin-jun win the first game in half a point. Grueling end game here. So let's see the performance report. As you can see, both players playing extremely well. Not any blunders at all, just the slight mistakes all over. And yeah, just Shimin-jun with a very good performance here. Just win the first game, and let's go to the next one. So game number 2, again, this was another game with like extremely long end game and another grueling match here. So this was kind of the last clear point that white made a mistake. So here it seems like white needed to not prioritize the left side block at b8 here, but rather put some moves in the center. It's really difficult to explain, but it seems like for the AI that was the way to go. As a human, like, it would be really difficult to judge between, do you want to play the center or crawl here at b8, because b8 looks pretty big. Black can make some points on the left side and also can decrease some kind of potential on the bottom left. And you can see also when white crawls, these two stones from black at c7 and c8 are gonna be potentially kind of attacked. So definitely understand as white why Shimijun did play this crawl, but it seems like it was better to play something in the center. And as you can see in the game, black did play the moves in the center, and actually white needed to connect the two groups from the top and in the middle. And it seems like the points that might in the center for black was bigger than the crawl on the left, but this is again very hard to judge. And from here on, it seems like both players didn't really make like major mistakes. Like, you can see the graph, it moves a lot, but the points in blue, so the win rate is in green, but the points difference is in blue. The point difference really doesn't change, so it seems like it just a very good endgame from both players really. But just for AI, okay, might be not accurate for every move, but yeah, at this level they're playing really well for the final as well. And yeah, at the end, black Wang Xinghao did win again, another half pointer, which is crazy for a final. Each player winning by half a point and going to the final match. So let's go through the performance report here. So again, you can see the accuracy rating for both players going north of like 90, which is really good. And yeah, there was some moves losing like 3 points or more, or 1.5 points, but overall really solid from both players showing up and putting us a really good game here. So tied 1-1 for the series, and that will be the final game here. So game 3, this game on the opposite, like Wang Xinghao did kind of just dominate from the start, and yeah, we'll see kind of the black kind of score at the end fluctuate a little bit, but here the graph overall just going straight up to the right. It seems like here already white's group on the left is getting kind of surrounded. Yes, there's some outside weakness from black's group, but the whole sequence here started from the bottom left Joseki. Seemed like black just did take the advantage early on and just pressed through nicely. So white seems that needed to lean on kind of the left side of the board and then try to poke at the weakness in the center, because the black group in the center is not connected to the top. So as you can see, it's first leaning on the top left and then pushing through the center. But yeah, in the game, Shimijun did try to just push through in the center first, but it seems like this kind of play from N11 did work, and white couldn't really try to surround the bottom black group. And yeah, with this kind of shape getting kind of broken in the center here, yeah, the game didn't go well for Shimijun here. I would say Wang Jinghao did kind of prepare probably the bottom left kind of sequence here, and just did yeah, press the advantage pretty much, and did not make any kind of mistake. Yeah, so at the end you can see White did push through, and there was kind of a capturing race or call there on the top left. Did try his best, but yeah, as you can see here, White resigned because Black did put a move, but White can take the stone at a9, but still Black can take the call. So it's like White needs to spend another move to make it a real call to kind of threaten the whole left side, but Black then can just play two more moves elsewhere in the board. And the bottom side White group here is dead, so yeah, another two moves on the board wouldn't be enough to just compensate for the whole top left, so White did just resign. And yeah, Wang Qinghao with the first LG Cup title here. Major achievement for the Chinese player. Unfortunately, Xi Minjun couldn't win 2 years in a row in his home country, but we'll see if Wang Qinghao can do the defend his title here in the LG Cup next year. So yeah, as you can see the performance report here, because the graph at the end did kind of fluctuate, because probably Black could have played just better, but when you want to win, sometimes you don't care about being the most accurate in terms of score, but just make sure you take the win. So yeah, I wouldn't really focus on the kind of mistakes that the AI would show here, but overall it was kind of a dominating game from watching out. And also you can say the kind of top left and the center fight was really complicated for this one. So yeah, this is why there was this kind of accuracy rating here. Okay, so the LG Cup did conclude with a win of Wang Qinghao of 2-1 here in the final series. So congrats to Wang, and let's switch to the Honibo series here in Japan. So here the challenger is Fukuoka Kotaro against the Honibo title holder Ichirikyo. So impressive by the young guy here. He's really up and coming, and it's impressive that he won the first game, because usually you would think that the nerves would kick in. Didn't show this at all, and win the first game, and then Ichiriki Ryo did win the next two games as well. So we are at the fourth game here. So if Ichiriki wins here, he's gonna hold the title, and then Fukuoka needs to win the other two to be back and try to take the title off Ichiriki. So we're gonna see what happened, and let me just go through the profiles of the players. So Ichiriki Honimbo is Japanese, so ranked number 25, and it seems like this year hasn't been the best. But also one thing you need to consider is, like, when you are holding a lot of titles like Ichiriki is doing, like the opponents are gonna be extremely strong, and I think this year is playing a lot against Shibano Toramoru. He's number 2 in Japan, so yeah, it's gonna be a kind of a tough kind of matches to have like extremely good results overall. So this doesn't really show the kind of overall, let's say, the form or the result wouldn't show really the overall strength for the player. But I would just try to focus on the rank, because on the international stage has been winning some games here and there. So yeah, very strong player here. And yeah, let's go through the challengers. So Fukuoka Koro is a very young up and coming professional, ranked number 80 here already. And yeah, this year maybe not as good as last year, because I think in 2025 he won like almost 50 games, which is considering the professionals are playing one game a week. It seems like he won like almost in a pace of one game every week. So yeah, really up and coming with a lot of momentum. Played a really good game against Koje in the Chunlang Cup a month ago as well. So it's a really interesting matchup. And yeah, so if you go through the head-and-head, they didn't play any games before the Honeyball match here. Because again, if you are the title holder, you're not gonna play against the players unless they go and challenge you. So yeah, again, this is the reason why I didn't have a lot of kind of matchup here. So yeah, we're gonna just go through and see the performance report of the game 4. So absolutely domination by the challenger. Really impressive. Like it seemed like maybe the preparation went deep into almost like move 60 or maybe even 70, you can say. But yeah, you can say like that game was almost unheard of from a challenger to a kind of Honeyball title, especially considering like Fukuoka's age and being the first time in a major series, title series, to put this kind of performance was a surprise. But yeah, maybe it's not really considering he's a really good player. So as you can see, like Black with like almost perfect game, like you could say perfect, like it's like almost zero mistake. If your opponent is putting this kind of performance, even if you Ichikyo, it's like really tough to deal with. So yeah, Black did win by move 119 with yeah, what is a game with like huge moyos from both sides, but it seems like Black just did manage the game very well, lived in the opponent's moyo, and then just kept his moyo in a good way. So that was it for the game number 4. So the Honmibo match here would be going in the game number 5. So the game number 5 would be happening in July the 1st. So if you can watch, definitely go and take a look. So you can watch them on Fox or any other kind of Go server like Taigem or W Baduk if you have an account on there. So yeah, couldn't really show the moves or the game itself because of copyright issues. So just showing the kind of report here from the match. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some other results that happened here in Japan. So Iyama Yuta won against Yu Chengchi here in the Kisei S League. And in the Kisei A League, there was Cho Konorin. Cho win against Kono. And then Ida Atsushi won against Sata Atsushi here. Just going to show the table here for the Kisei S League. You can see Motoki Katsuya is having a good kind of series here. And yeah, other than that, seems like don't know yet what's going to happen. So the first player, so the player on the first position will be going into the tournament of deciding who's the challenger. So they have different leagues, and each first position player will go into a challenging tournament. So the first position will go there, and there's gonna be 2 players, I believe, that will go down. So yeah, 2 players going down from the S League to the A, and vice versa, 2 players going up from the A to the S League. So yeah, we'll go through the A League as well. So more players, 8 players here comparing to 6. And from the A League, there's going to be actually 4 players going down to the B. So as you can see, the A League here, the results are very packed. The players are really close, winning and losing between each other. It seems like Otakeyu, one of also the younger players here, is having a good series here. And then the kind of veteran guys when it comes to Yamashita and Konorin are struggling a little bit, but yeah, it shouldn't be over yet. We have still, it seems like, 3 games overall for each player, so we'll try to cover at least the result of what's happening. And yeah, hope you enjoyed the recap for this week today, and I will be doing this for the next week as well. So there's going to be the Rio Pion series. The Lanke Cup happened this weekend, so I'm going to be covering this. And the Gosei first match is happening to this Tuesday here in Japan between Iyama Yuta Gosei and the challenger Sada Atsushi. So I'm going to cover this as well, at least the performance report. And for other results here in Japan, just showing new results as well, so you can kind of follow the gold. And yeah, sub, like, and comment if you like the video for more content like this. Also, I'll be happy if you can show some support. If you want to follow my streams, there's gonna be daily streams here on YouTube, and if you can join on Twitch as well would be fine. Usually I'm playing the rank up games, trying to go up from 7 to 8, and if not, I'm playing Blitz and sometimes kind of playing against chat or teaching game as well. So if you can join with the chat, I will be happy. And yeah, hope I can see you in the next video, and have a nice day. Bye.